Okay, YouTubers, here's your video for the week. We're actually Thursday, October 20th. Where in the hell's my year going? Anyway, here's kind of my refurbishing stuff turned out with the cabinets from the last video. Got a little roller cabinet where I can put some plethora of gatherings, coffee can, that one nut or bolt you might need eventually. There's a coffee can in there, about 3 or 4 coffee cans in there, whatever. And I got my welder set up there and all that. But yeah, I got it set up to where this is pretty much in place. My little paper towel holder I built during the first wave of COVID-ication. But anyway, one of our fellow YouTubers, IP Farms, Mr. Nelson down there in North Carolina, he'd asked about the cabinet that I took down. He was curious what the wife did with it. Hang on, I'll show you here in a minute. And I'll discuss a few other things that I have refurbished. Put more to my use. I've already used this cabinet, these 2 cabinets, and the rack system. But hang on, I'll show you what the wife did with the one I took down. Okay, Mr. Nelson, here is what my wife did with the cabinet that I took out of my shop. She brought it over here, painted it white to match her walls, and she ended up putting casters. Let me move around here. Oh, hell be chubby. And it can't sit real well, but she just put casters underneath this cabinet. So that way she can wheel it, move it from this point to wherever she thinks she needs it in the shop. And of course, now we talked about putting it up on the wall, but she opted not to, so that way she could put her tabletop router table deal on top of it, get it out of the way, and then of course she's got it set to where she can put her tools, various power tools in here, and store them out of sight, out of mind, and plus also keep them in there so when she's sanding or whatever, making a big sawdust cloud, it doesn't, tools are free from that. Another thing she's getting ready to repurpose or reuse. Yeah, she likes to do that kind of thing. She acquired this cabinet recently, and it's got, of course you can tell, the one long drawer, 3 drawers, and then a door. And in this door area is a shelf. Yeah, here's her drawers. Took the handles off. Nice well-built cabinet again. Old, well-built, and it also has casters already on it. But one of the neat things I saw in this cabinet I liked is the fact that right here, these right here, someone built, I think they nailed that in place, but they got it to where you can adjust the height of the shelf. How am I shooting? They can take this out of these little sawtooth looking notches in the boards and move the shelf wherever they want. Excellent idea. I don't know who the craftsman was that done it, but I like it. I like it a lot. With that being said, this is one of her new cabinets that she's redoing. Of course, she don't like this paint, so she has opted to strip it down to the natural wood. And unfortunately, there's about 3 different layers, 2 or 3 layers of paint she's got to scrape through, heat up. Whatever her method is of stripping the paint clean out of there. But that went wild. Anyway, so this is another cabinet she's going to repurpose for her. She was going to fix it up, clean it up, sell it. I think I've talked her into keeping it for her craft stuff in the house. We'll see how that works out. And once before, we mentioned kitchen cabinets being repurposed. And in the wife's shop, we have repurposed some cabinets. These here, there's 2 of them. Once we got her little shop set up and going, we repurposed these kitchen cabinets so she can keep her various items in it. Whatever, out of sight, out of mind. And then when she moved these cabinets, put them in place here last week, because they were over there. We moved them for that, but then she decided to put them over here and do this. And then she made her own shelf to store shop rags and gloves and various items on there in between the 2. Her design, her thought, her plan. It's her shop. But anyway, there's that. And yes, folks, the wife is not safe from it. She also has a corner, would be a plethora of plunder. She has her own little corners of plunder. And yes, this is another cabinet, a corner cabinet, that she acquired at some point, somewhere. I don't know where. But as you can tell, it has become a cabinet to catch plunder. Thought I'd show you that repurposing that she done there. So that's 3 cabinets repurposed for her at this point in her little shop. Let's see if I can find something else to show you. Okay, something else on the lines of repurposing. As you guys have probably been able to tell by looking at my shop, you get glimpses and glances of it. Clips in the videos. I've got all these shelves set up. You know, here's 3 sets of shelves. Over there's another 3 set of shelves. Another rigged up shelf that I repurposed. But these were brand new shelves I'd bought at the local big box store. They just come with a wire top deal, you know, thing to lay across the top to put stuff on. But I had acquired these plastic totes, like a better term, tote. And I got to where I started trying to organize and repurpose them for my purposes. So in this area here is everything from various ag tractor parts for my, as everybody likes, my 806 Farmall, to my toy tractor John Deere, to potentially maybe something from one of the mowers, maybe the baler or whatever, and even the lawn and garden stuff. And I've also finagled around and repurposed storage using these, like up there, some automotive lighting for trailers or what have you, wiring. Over here, trying to use something to halfway look at and be almost interested in. You know, whoa, those totes there, household wiring, fixtures, you know, in the sense of switches, outlets, things like that. Plumbing, household plumbing. And over here is really more where I got the lawn and garden stuff and some, tote there's fencing. But yeah, it's a little bit of chaotic mess in here, but I'm trying for an organized chaos. But anyway, that being said, repurpose that for that. Give me a second. Oh, why not? While we're talking about repurposing things. Here is an old cabinet, metal cabinet. Of course, it's got an advertisement on it for shocks. Columbus brand shock absorbers. My dad used to be an automotive mechanic years ago at a gas station. If I remember right, that's where that came from. But I've got it, I've acquired it, Dad let me have it. And so I've got to where I can store like battery chargers and things that are really too big to fit easily into my toolboxes. So yeah, I got that. So repurposing that for a storage method of that, where they probably had brand new shock absorbers and whatever for the cars of the actual 60s, 70s era. One other thing to show it being repurposed. Now this is another cabinet. It never had that 500 poster on it. But this is a crate my grandfather repurposed in his garage years ago. And he always kept his power tools in it. His, rotary circular saw, jigsaw, various other small, hand type tools like that was in there. His toolbox. So that's another cabinet I acquired. And I'd pretty much done the same thing with it and kept the various power tools like a circular saw, jigsaw type stuff in there. Small toolbox with grinders, whatever in it. But yeah, repurposing of the tool of cabinets and things for my purpose. So there you go, Mr. Nelson. Hope you found that somewhat interesting or satisfying curiosity. Oh, another good thing about them tote cabinets. Here's one of them big box shelves I bought. Another thing you use all them totes for. All your cleaning supplies for your vehicles. Got one for the wax and one for the soaps and one for the cleaners inside. And then down there, my stuff for lawn and garden, bug killers, weed killers, herbicide stuff like that for around the yard. But anyway, hopefully that a little more than what you all probably wanted to see or know about in my shop or need to know in my shop. But anyway, on that note, hey, as always, thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed hearing my method of madness on repurposing some items in my shop and where some of that stuff had come from or an idea of. My dad, my grandfather, and other places. But anyway, on that note, I think I've killed about 10, 12 minutes of your day. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.